So you know that I help entrepreneurs create, launch, and scale their courses. Obviously, I'm a big cheerleader for online courses. Let's just state that up front. But what happens to your business when you launch an online course? Because if you run a service-based business, or you might do one-to-one coaching, or maybe you even own a physical product business, what are the side effects of launching a course? You might be wondering that, right? Before you dip your toes into this new world. So are people gonna think that you're changing your business entirely? Will you stop getting coaching clients because they can learn from you now in a course format? These are all very real questions that I get from students and clients of mine all the time. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what really happens when you come to the market with a new online course offer. So the first side effect is that actually you're gonna get more inquiries about your one-to-one work than ever before. It's totally true. So when you launch an online course into the world, you're gonna notice that your inquiries, your applications, and your DMs, they actually are going to start blowing up about your one-to-one work. It happens to my clients all the time. And you would think, right, that because you're marketing a different offer, that people might forget about your one-to-one services. But what actually happens is that people are reminded about your area of expertise. So let's take one of my copywriter clients as an example. She came to the market with her first ever online course about, you guessed it, growing a copywriting business, right? You would think that because she wasn't talking about her availability for taking on clients, that she might not get as many client inquiries during that time. But what actually happened was the total opposite. Because she was coming to the table with content that really demonstrated her knowledge in copywriting, people in her audience were like, dang, she's good. I gotta go hire her, right? And they reached out about her services. So her waitlist filled up and she was booked out for months, on top of launching a successful course. Such a win, right? Here's the second side effect of launching a course. Your other products end up selling more. It's so weird, but anytime I launch one of my courses, everything else that I have available sells more at the same time. So I was in a launch for my program Course Creator School, and repeatedly during that open cart week, I would log into my sales dashboard and see this giant big number and think like, wow, oh my gosh, I must have had so many sales of Course Creator School today. And then I would actually dig into the stats of like what sold, and my big revenue day was actually because I had so many sales of all of my products, not just that program that I was launching. So I think it's like a bricks and mortar store. Like, you know how IKEA has their kitchen events or their bedroom events where everything in those departments are 20% off? Well, I know that whenever my husband and I go to IKEA to take advantage of those sales, we walk out with other stuff too, right? Like, sure, we went in to buy an entire kitchen, but we also grabbed, new throw pillows. We grabbed the curtains we had on our to-do list forever, right? Maybe we grabbed some new plants. How can you walk through that section and not pick up an orchid, right? So during your course launch, it has that same effect on your business. It's bringing a lot of traffic and interested buyers into your so-called virtual shop, and it has that really amazing effect. So the third side effect of a course launch is that your expert status and your credibility just goes right up. So this side effect is less tangible, but it is so present. Anytime you launch a course, you are perceived differently in the marketplace. So because you're starting to put out more of that thought leader type of content during the launch, it naturally creates a different perception of you by your audience. And the cool thing is that not only is this great from a customer and a sales perspective, but other opportunities start to appear at your door. You'll start to get asked to be a part of, let's say, a virtual summit, or speak at a conference, or get podcast interview requests. Because you have positioned yourself now as an expert in this space, not just as a service provider or a coach, you are approached for these different types of opportunities. And those are the opportunities that can end up having a huge effect on your audience growth and your credibility. So one of my students created a course around financial education for bakery owners. She herself was a bakery owner. And shortly afterwards, she began getting invitations to speak at national food conferences and was getting really insane recognition for her work. And similar to me, there's no way I would have been quoted or featured in publications or podcasts that I have been, including Inc. and Entrepreneur, if I was, let's say, just offering one-to-one services for course creators. I would not have been seen in the same way in the marketplace whatsoever. So there you have it, 3 really incredible advantages that can come your way when you launch an online course. So the obvious reasons for launching a course, like creating that new product, right? And being able to make sales and make more income in your business, those are obviously amazing. But those secondary benefits are really worth considering too if you're on the fence about taking that leap into the course world. So if you're listening to this and you've launched a course before, I'd love to know, like, did you notice any of these other side effects that I mentioned? Were there any other ways that launching that course really impacted your business, good or bad? I'm into hearing both. I'd love to hear about it. So that's a wrap on today's conversation about the side effects of launching an online course. If you want to learn more about how to create, launch, and market your courses and programs, I'd encourage you to check out some of these other videos here on this channel. We have so many good ones to dive into, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video drop that happens. That's it for me. I'll see you next time.